All right, welcome back to What She Said Sports Nation. Ola girl checking in. I see my camera caught me. Hey everybody, how you doing? I guess it'll catch up to. Oh, I turned the light off. Hold on one second. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all see what time it is? Y'all see that Mr. Shilo was back in Jackson, Mississippi, and I just was elated. I was elated. I feel like two of my wishes came true at the same time, so I'm gonna keep wishing. Uh, the first one, y'all know I wanted Shiloh to go back to where? I wanted Shiloh to go back to Jackson State. I wanted him to go there for homecoming, but I'll take this because this was technically his homecoming going back to Jackson State. And while he was there, they brought him in today and he spoke to a group of high school students. It's called the Prom Promise. We'll talk more about it, but he gonna be back for homecoming. He said he wanted to. That's what he's going to do. And you know, I was looking at the comments, and people in the comments were saying things like, Shiloh, you probably gonna end up being a coach at Jackson State. And I was like, okay, okay. I don't know if he'll be a coach, but I know they have a place for him. I know that they would welcome him. Now remember, Shiloh has his master's, so he can teach. He can be an adjunct professor, and Shiloh can also remember he does content creation as well, right? He can teach the digital media lecture, you know, coming as a guest lecturer for digital media. I know a lot of people probably, you know, who are interning in that space, who taking classes, who looking at getting their degree in that space, would love to talk to Shiloh because his channel just took off. And of course, he has name recognition. But in addition to having name recognition, he also has to do work. And there are principles that he can share with them. So I think they would have a place for him at Jackson State. And they were so welcoming of Shiloh today. The band came out, you know, they probably gonna do it anyway, but they spent a lot of time in the back getting ready, right? So I put some curated some clips together. Shout out to Tamika who let me know about it. And I had time to watch it because I wanted to actually watch it first. So, you know, sometimes I'll peruse through content, but no, I actually watched the content. And I'm so proud. So I feel like one of my wishes came true that Shiloh went back to Jackson State and did a live stream there. So congratulations on that one. Congrats to Shiloh and congrats to me for wishing it because I got another wish today. We're gonna talk about that as well. But just come on in, come on in, come on in, and
be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hype me up, hype me up.
All right, all right. So I see everybody starting to come on in. Thank you. Hit the like button on your way in. I posted earlier today some of the footage from the event, and I would say on all platforms it was well received, including and surprisingly X. Yeah, X. You never know what you're gonna get. So shout out to everybody on X showing it love. Some Jackson State folks over there too. They love the Sanders. I mean, they really do. And you know, I was over there. I wish they would have never left, but I get it. I get it. But the point is, you can always go home. That's what it means. You can always go home. And Shiloh felt welcome there. You know, he shout out to the aunties. They was over there in the audience. I was like, did Shiloh have aunties before he left? I think he did. I think he did. So, you know, he has some Jackson State aunties, internet aunties, CU aunties, and people showed up and showed him mad love today. The kids, it was a great crowd, right? And the Prom Promise is a program that Jackson State has in conjunction with the high schools where they bring the students over before the prom season starts, which is right about now, if not the beginning of April. And they want to teach them how to have a safe prom. That's why it's called Prom Promise. And Shiloh took some questions and gave them some advice, you know, things like don't get involved with peer pressure and let people pressure you into drinking and driving and stuff like that, right? So Shiloh is back at home. I got 3 clips. Let me see which one we're going to get in first. All right, here we go.
All right, bet. If I need to turn it up, y'all just let me know. But now we out here in Jack Town with it. I wish I could have went to M-Bar last night. M-Bar is one of my favorite places to go chill at.
They have an M-Bar in Jackson, Mississippi? Oh, okay. I knew Houston had one. I don't know if Atlanta has one. Is this the same M-Bar, like the swanky place? I know Amber. I know we have some Mississippians in the house. Is this the same swanky M bar from Houston? That's also in what he called Jacktown, Jackson, Mississippi. I was gonna call it that, but I didn't know if that was offensive, so I didn't call it that. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know.
But I got in pretty late.
Now you see the comments scrolling over to the right, right?
I
So
got
you
in
can
pretty
see
late, but
people are,
we
commenting.
out here about to tee up. It's pretty cool to be back though. I'm not even gonna lie, seeing everything. And I haven't been here in like 3 years. I miss
3
it, man. I
years.
gotta come back up here and vibe and chill. Alright, they said they ready to go in. They said they ready to go in.
So they sent a sprinter to pick him up from the airport or something? Wow. VIP treatment.
Alright, chat, I'm gonna keep y'all with me. I'm gonna keep y'all. Is this your phone right here? There you go.
Who was the cameraman this time? I don't even know if I saw that.
How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Thank you.
What's up, man? Yeah, man. So you're running like 5 minutes behind. I'm just taking to the drink.
Yeah, that's fine.
You gotta talk about your music, Dow.
What about it?
What you mean, Dow? Dow, I'm gonna tell you what I do. So I'm the executive vice president at Atlantic Records.
Mm.
It's Mars, Bruno Mars, Pharrell. So I need to talk about your music, Dow.
Oh yeah. I'm about to drop soon, but I could send you the title. Dang, what's going on in there? They getting in trouble? How many people it is in there? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good. We're on live stream right now. This is a welcome home.
Yes, it is.
How y'all doing? I need one of these shirts.
Oh.
All right, one of these shirts.
So we're going to do some quick introductions. First of all, Tangela Kelly.
Talk about warm and inviting.
Thank you so much for coming back home and joining us. We have a few people with us, and then after that, you can enjoy some breakfast, kind of do your thing before you get on stage, and we're sending the drum major back.
Oh, I can't wait to.
Well, you already ready.
Yeah, I remember it. So there's this one, and then you just.
The comments is going crazy.
I need to learn a new one though, cause I know they got some new ones. I ain't been here for like 3 years.
Can you learn it in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Give him the Michael Jackson version.
We'll see. But we have Dr. Amisha Campbell, our VP for research.
Nice to see you again.
You too.
All right.
Uh-huh.
And this is Sloan Cargill, our VP for institutional advancement. And you all can
Nice to meet you.
All
The
right.
Barack Obama handshake.
I was going to say, so I'm institutional advancement, and I'm with the team Metro Jackson Community Prevention that you're here with today. So we want to thank you for coming and welcome back to Jackson. And I think we're going to have a great morning because the kids are out there. They're excited. I don't know if you hear them cheering already.
Oh yeah, this is pretty turns out there.
Yeah, they're ready for you.
They're going to be so surprised they don't know you're here.
I'm surprised that this piano's right here.
Every chance he gets, if he sees it, he gonna play it. Oh.
We gotta get that tune.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Shiloh.
Who's the favorite child this week?
Uh-oh.
So my dad was just on his trip going to St. Croix with Bucky.
Yep.
And in the video, he did say Bucky was number 1.
So you have to tell him he has to go to St. Kitts and Nevis because that's where I'm from, and it's one of the best islands in the Caribbean. So
For real?
St. Kitts and Nevis.
St. Kitts on Nevis?
St. Kitts and Nevis. It's a twin island federation.
Okay, I'll go check it out. It's close to St. Croix?
It is very close to St. Croix.
All right, I'll go check it out.
20 minutes by flight.
I didn't even know it existed, St. Croix, but it seemed like it was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I have family in St. Croix.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Very close to each other.
Yeah, I'll go check it out.
Awesome. So I'm sure this is the best green room you've had. 'Cause who else puts a PA
So this must be his welcoming
Yeah,
committee.
it is. I love this couch too, by the way. This interior design is magnificent.
That's a nice couch, yeah.
I mean, it's a green room.
I'm actually about to start a furniture company, so I like this right here.
So that was the first one. So that was his welcoming committee. And you're gonna be able to tell what time of day it is and everything with the next video. I think I got two more. So it just felt love. It just felt like all love to me. It just felt like Shiloh was just coming back home. And it was just heartwarming, and the timing couldn't be more perfect, right? Have we seen Shiloh right before this, other than when he posted about Coach Prime vacation? I don't think we had seen him for a minute. And now we know, he's busy, he's getting offers. I mean, this is his lane. This is his lane, and I know it's probably a big pivot for him. But I like this lane. Just like I like seeing Coach Prime enjoy himself. He and Carucci along on the couples vacation with Brittany and Bucky. It just felt right. It felt like this is what you should be doing. And that's what Shiloh being back at Jackson State does. And he mentioned, and hopefully in the clips I have it, but he mentioned he'll be back, right, for homecoming. I can't wait for that. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I wanted him to go back to Jackson State. Yes, I wanted to be homecoming, but I didn't really think about any other time of the year. And remember, he did that event. I think I'd already shared it with Edward Waters. They had him for an event that they were having. I think it was their homecoming. Edward Waters had him to speak at their homecoming to a panel. And remember, they were asking him about the questions, about his mom, his dad, about his career, things of that. So now he's at Jackson State being a guest speaker doing their Prom Promise event, and we know he'll be back. So Shiloh's getting worked back into the HBCU space, and he has a master's. So they can find a space for him if he want to do it, right? Whether it's he wants to be associated with the football team in some way, shape, or form, or maybe he want to be in charge of the content creation and that whole department and teaching also, or something else. Let me know. Now, for those of you that are familiar with Jackson State, let me know what you could see Shiloh doing at Jackson State. Like, can you see them working him in? And for those of you that's just familiar with college period academia life, with a master's, what do you think he would like to do that he will find fulfilling in the university system? Be it football or be it, a professor or something like that. Let me know your thoughts as well. So those are two questions I have. All right. Let's move on to the next one. This is them getting ready. It looks like they prepared a nice spread for Shiloh for breakfast. So it was early. Now, this was funny. Shiloh was on his phone, and the comments to the right, or hold on one second. I'm gonna explain this. The comments to the right that are on the screen are basically calling Shiloh out, thinking he's being rude, thinking he's just ignoring them, but he's on a live stream and he's reading the comments. So it's funny because when I first saw it, I was like, what is he doing, right? And then I'm looking at the comments, and somebody said he's reading his comments because he's live. And people were like debating back and forth. How do you do that without appearing to disconnect from your guests, right? I'm like, give somebody else your phone. I mean, I thought that's how it went anyway. I thought when you're live, somebody else has your phone and they're going through the comments while you're interacting with the other people, because I don't see how you could possibly do both. But for those of you that might be wondering yourself, when we get to a certain point, he's reading his live Twitch comments to respond to them what people are saying about the event. So that's what he's doing. So I hope y'all enjoyed that context. So you can see right here, they're kind of looking, and he's just kind of seeming disconnected, but he's reading the comments.
We're gonna peel out. We have a drum major.
Yeah, he got to give somebody else his phone, I think, though.
We do have some snacks for you. Over here, some breakfast.
So they put together a big breakfast for him.
Grits, eggs.
It's pretty good.
Nice bacon, biscuits. I think this is for after.
It's for after.
Yes, I can sit down and just get comfy.
Did he fly in today? I wondered if he flew in today. I don't know if anybody knows.
Hmm.
They only need maybe about 5 to 10 minutes.
But
Who's the cameraman? Does anybody know? Is it Dom or somebody else?
You let us know if you need anything.
I don't know if the cameraman can have the phone and record, so I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Back later with the rest of the people. Thank you.
So he's just in there with them. He's on his live stream, trying to keep up with the live stream, but he's also, with them. That's what they call the green room.
Nah, I mean, it's just live. So this is the people. This is
So
the-
see, he telling
the
them what
chat.
it is.
So you see someone say get off the phone, but they don't know I'm reading their text right there.
Gotcha. Okay, I see there's a delay. Cool.
You see they say
So
stop.
how long you been streaming on this one?
This has been going probably like 5 minutes.
Oh, cool.
Like they said, hi ladies. WJSU.
So people are saying hi.
Oh, everybody's saying hello.
Okay.
Nice.
Diala.
You want to ask them a question? And they reply on here?
Sure. Where are y'all viewing from?
Love this for you, Shiloh.
Legendary, yeah.
North Carolina, Houston. The Yams.
Okay, okay. Where's Mississippi?
France.
All over
And this
place.
on his Twitch, I think.
Detroit, Kansas.
I still
Chicago.
okay. I still haven't seen. Okay, Jackson,
The
Mississippi.
Jackson
We
State
see you.
Tigers. Jackson, Mississippi.
Orlando.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they from
That's
everywhere.
what's
Awesome.
up.
Awesome.
So if I ever just look at my phone, that's why.
Yeah.
You got the best videography around.
Oh,
Interesting dynamic.
hold on.
Say that again
You
now.
got the best videography.
What's up with it, man?
Yeah.
Hey,
Got waves now, so you can't say I got
they don't know what happened. So he actually shot the music video for my song Games. So if you look on YouTube, there's a whole music video and he shot it.
Awesome.
And these lovely ladies make sure I stay.
That's right.
in-
That's
in-
right.
Okay.
I love it. The senior videographer. Here we go.
How you doing? Uh-oh now.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go.
That's right. What's up, man?
I know a little something now.
How you feeling?
I'm
You
good,
gonna come
bro.
out there and join us?
Bro, I've been trying to join y'all for years, bro.
Hey, well, this is the perfect opportunity. What you want to do?
All right, so look, I know the I don't know if y'all call it the same thing. What is it called? Funky 2?
Funky 2, yes, same team.
That's the
5, 6, 7,
Wait,
8. You
huh?
got
This
1,
my favorite part.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
6, 7.
Hold on, let's do it all in the.
Okay,
let me get in the middle. Let me get in the middle.
Okay, let me say something right fast before they get going.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but Jackson State
So,
has new uniforms, and I just want to say this is my first time seeing the track, the casual wear, the new uniforms. I don't know if it's a new logo or whatever it is. Somebody did a damn good job. I just want to say that. I just want to say I really like how nice that looks.
how you going to hear it? Yes. Start marching.
Shiloh was J6, right?
Left so you can get Funky 2. Funky 2, you going to come in. 5,
6, 7, 8.
5.
Hold on. You gotta do it a little different. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. So you want to do a little prep before?
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
got you.
That's what Marvin.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
We got you. We can do it.
I wonder
All
where
right, so you
Marvin
gotta
is
do
now.
2. All right, so
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3.
3,
4.
4.
Yeah, I like doing
Uh-huh,
I like doing the little
Little
that.
prep on the floor. Got you.
All right, here we go.
We good. So start marching on the left. 5, 6. Start marching. Go. So you gonna hear Funky 2. Funky 2. You got 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, he remembered it. Okay, he got it.
All
Do
right,
y'all
we're gonna keep up
understand
with it.
how? Let me just say this, okay? HBCU bands are royalty, right? It depends on school you go to, but for sure, Jackson State, that's the royalty, right? Probably even more so than the football team. Let's just get that straight. And I was shocked when they included Shiloh when he attended Jackson State because they take this shit serious. And then to see them again embrace him with the steps, and I was thinking to myself, there are people that are in the band that are like, how do you get to do that and we don't? Because they don't. They take this shit seriously. Like they take this very seriously. So this is love, and I absolutely love it. But I was shocked the first time, and I was shocked again to see it again today that they embraced him so much like one of their own. When what it takes to get to be a drum major. You see, everybody can't do it. Everybody don't get an opportunity. It's more people than it is opportunities, and they just embrace Shiloh in as a J6, which is I know it's a piss some people off. But I'm happy to see it. I know quietly some people filming though. I know it is.
What's another one?
Shiloh know all the steps.
You hear a tweet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
You got what else? You kill.
Y'all got a lot of them though.
You know how to kill?
Which one is that?
That's when we at the end of Get Ready Week.
No.
I don't think he did that one.
Too loose for that.
No,
yeah.
That's what it's for.
I got too much stuff in my pockets for that.
Okay.
What is this?
Finesse. Finesse. So
It's crazy he remembers this 3 years ago.
Bye.
That's that from Mickey Mouse.
Dang.
Celebration Bowl.
This is just so majestic.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay, what's one how many of you guys like having to learn?
It's about 30 moves. It's quite a book. Yeah, it's a book.
I only know 2
30 different routines?
I've been living off the 2 and 3. What's a new one? What's a new one I can learn? How much time we got? I can learn one real quick?
Maybe 5 minutes.
Oh, that's fine.
Let's do a quick you want to learn a move called old school.
Old school. Hold on. Let me take this out of my pocket so I go for real.
He really is into this. He really is into it. Remember, this was his touchdown celebration. For y'all that are new, when Shiloh made a touchdown at Jackson State or Colorado, he still did the J6.
He can meet us at the stage.
This is nice.
So, like, once we come up the stage, we'll wait for him, and he can come on with us. And we can hit our little book that we just made.
All right, bet.
So
yeah, we'll hit that on stage. You know I did that on graduation.
Yeah, old school.
I did that on stage in graduation.
Old school. All old school is 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I don't know if I remember this.
I ain't
I
ready
think this
for
was
that.
before my time.
Trust. It's easy.
And you know, knowing about JSU.
7, 8. Go down and up. Hump.
I got a stretch before that.
Yeah, I don't know if he can do all that.
Well, give me what's like the first one y'all learned? Like the easiest one. Why didn't y'all tell me to bring my mace?
Bring his what?
Ice. I don't know about ice. We have a very complex book.
He actually
my
has
favorite
one.
thing to watch though? It goes into a spin and then it's like sideways walk like that.
So you gonna do that, but you don't want to do old school.
No, bro. I'm just saying I like seeing that. It's like cool.
So we can do a spin.
I think Funky 2, bro.
Okay.
Funky 2 is easy. What do you think?
So, okay, I think that was the second one. I think I have another one where Shiloh was getting ready. So what do y'all think? Now, y'all that went to HBCUs or that understand HBCU band culture, they take this shit seriously. I'm like, I know what somebody else said. I know it is. I mean, I absolutely love it. I love the fact that they include him and stuff like that, but I don't know if they do that for everybody. If they do, let me know. I mean, I have no problem with saying, oh, my bad, like that. But the way that they include him, you would think he was a drum major, when he was there before. And actually, he was a football player. So I'm going to ask y'all this question before I go on. So I think I have one more. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that the Sanders as a group, the family, you had Bucky, he didn't go to school there, but he was there. Shalimai went to school there, Shador, and Shilo. So 3 of the 5 went to school there. Coach Prime was the coach. Are they the most famous JSU family? Is there another family that is this famous that when they go back, like they get the hold of baton, they get embrace like this? Do y'all think so? I don't know. I'm thinking it might be. I don't know much, so y'all gotta let me know. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. So, all right, let's see if we can get into this last one. I think this is the one I have of Shiloh. Let's see. Um, let's see. Oh, is this him in the band? Oh no, that's so it was two. So that's the one I have of well, we might as well watch it. Of Shador and damn.
Yeah, I gotta
Okay,
make a
so I
decision
had
first.
two plus this one.
We got two different problems over here, buddy.
We'll talk about we got two different
350.
problems.
Four touchdowns. I need to make some money for real. Come on, man. Come on, let's put that shit on eBay after the game.
So hopefully I get my third wish, right? I didn't tell y'all about my second wish, but y'all know I have a wish and I have two. Two as it pertains. One is for Shador. I want Shador to be traded. I want Shador to be traded. That is the wish of mine. And it seems like no matter what, they're gonna put him over there with somebody else. They're not gonna let him be by himself and ball out, right? Minnesota with Kyler Murray. I'll take it. I'll take it. Cleveland is already cold. Minnesota's cold. It does not seem to be an ass backwards franchise. I'm sick of the Browns. So I want you to do a trade. That's just what I want. To a better, not better run organization, to one that is not so toxic. I was listening to this conversation about this guy, Hollywood Brown or somebody, who didn't want to sign with the Philadelphia Eagles because it was toxic. And 3 years later, he ended up signing with them. And, I was thinking about Shador. I was like, yeah, it's one of those things where you try to avoid going somewhere. Like they say he didn't want to go to Baltimore. He didn't want to go to Philly. But 3 years from now, he could end up in Philly. He could end up in Baltimore. Hell, he could end up with the Houston Texans. When you look at Andrew Barrett's connections, Philly, his brother, Baltimore, his old boss, Sacha Brown, and I don't know who the hell is over Houston, but somebody. That's what you're likely to see. And Shador can end up with the same way because they have the impression that he was supposed to go somewhere else. And he made a decision for himself like Hollywood did. And Hollywood ended up in Philly anyway. Shador can end up in Philly. I'm just putting it out there. Jalen Hurts is over there to like 2029. So I hope he get traded, and I'll take Philly because he's not going to get to a Super Bowl with the Browns. So at least he get a ring out of it and be around some good people instead of such a toxic organization. All right. So back to Shiloh. All right. So let me know what y'all thinking. I think this was awesome. It made my heart full. This was one of my wishes. Y'all just heard another one, but this was one of my wishes. Shiloh, get back to Jackson State and live stream from there. He did it. It just wasn't homecoming, but it was his homecoming, and he will be at homecoming. So I'm headed to the comments to see what y'all thinking. And I'm gonna tell y'all what my second wish was, and I'm getting ready to drop a video about it in a minute. My second wish is that I need the players to meet up with Michael Jordan so they can learn how to sue their employer. And for the white players who being retaliated against, like Wyatt Teller and Max Crosby, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. I need them to join the lawsuit, and everybody sue for collusion. The black players sue for discrimination, racial discrimination, and the white players sue for retaliation of embracing somebody that's black. You know what I'm saying? Like Shador. Honestly, that's my wish. That's my wish. I'm hearing about too many other different people in too many different leagues, whether it's NASCAR, whether it's De'Erica Hamby sued the WNBA. She still worked there. We got Brian Flores sued the NFL. He still worked there. And what? He still worked there, and they just made him the highest paid defensive coordinator, even though they didn't give him his job back. But the point is, they must take his lawsuit seriously and want to kind of use his salary as a way to say, well, maybe we could let this go, but he probably not, because it's a class action lawsuit. These guys need to do this because the virus is spreading. We know they devalue quarterbacks. We know they devalued. I'm seeing them devalue other players, retaliate against other players. I'm seeing them, like with Rasheed Wallace. That was shameful. Gave Tyler Linderbaum $81 million, but Rasheed Wallace was the best tackle in free agency, and they gave him 1 year for $10 million. All the black players got franchise tag. A lot of 1 year string along contracts rather than getting to the bag. right? So if it don't happen now, they're gonna be forced into it. And what do I mean by it? It's gonna get worse. It's already blatant. It's just gonna get worse. So my suggestion, my wish is that they get together and talk, the white ones and black ones, and get together and file a class action lawsuit against their employer and talk to Michael Jordan, talk to Brian Flores, talk to other people who have sued their employer, and professional sports leagues, so you can know what to expect and what your options are, right? And why you should stick with it. Otherwise, nothing will change. Nothing will change. And I'm happy to see Shiloh, who I think is the blueprint. I personally think Shiloh is a blueprint for what's getting ready to happen to a lot of them guys. See, Shiloh got kicked out after being set up. Now, he clearly could have came back and tried out because they want to get, what's the guy named Henry Ruggs? You want to bring Henry Ruggs back. And there was a DUI that unalived some people. You want to bring him back, but you don't want to bring back Shiloh? And you didn't even penalize the guy that was pulling on his face mask, which that was just self-defense. Let's just be honest. So you use that as an excuse. Not only did you use it as an excuse, you set it up. And that's why he hasn't come back. And he's the blueprint because he had to pivot. Some of them pivot because of medical emergency. That's tough, but it's understandable, right? Shiloh, it wasn't no medical emergency. That's just what they wanted to do. And with his father being Deion Sanders and this being a dream that they always had and they have the skill to do it, that had to hurt to the core. Shiloh's the blueprint for what you do when they kick you out because it's coming. It's coming. People like, oh, Shador gonna get traded when Arch Manning come. Okay. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Because you must think that they care about what happens to his career to trade him. I could see them letting him sit there and rot like they doing Deshaun. Deshaun and Shador both had an opportunity to be respected as quarterbacks and to have their wide receivers brought in. DeAndre Hopkins, Jordan Tyson. They're not interested in either of them. Neither one. Which means they're not interested in building around either of them. Which means you would think that they're going to trade both of them. No, they're not. The only person that's even discussed in a trade scenario is Dylan. So what they're doing to Deshaun and to Shador warrants a class action lawsuit. And there's too many people that are being pushed out, retaliated against, coerced, intimidated, harassed to just let this go from person to person to person to person. And then we saw something similar happen with the Falcons. So they either going to be forced into a class action lawsuit, forced to pivot like Shiloh, but it's coming. They've gotten away with it so long. They've moved on from the quarterbacks to just black players, period. It's coming. So Shiloh is the blueprint. Mark my words. All right. So I'm happy for this young man. I got my wish. He's back in his HBCU circle. He's already been to one homecoming. Edward Waters, now he's, with Jackson State. He'll be back at their homecoming. He'll probably be at somebody else's. I personally think he should be some type of adjunct professor or guest speaker, guest lecturer for a season. Like at certain universities, they'll bring a professor in just for a term, a year, right? From the spring to the fall. And, they'll have a specialized course that they teach. Harvard does it all the time. Howard does it. UNC, a lot of the institutions do it, right? That's what I would like to see with Shiloh. So I'm headed over to the comments to see what y'all are thinking about all of this. And hit the like button for me, please. Thank you so much. It said, remember, promises are like pie crust, thin and easily broken. I know that's right. I don't know where you come up with these from, Vermont, but absolutely. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Happy Friday. Happy first day of spring. I'll take it. It was beautiful in Atlanta today. Absolutely gorgeous. I was so glad to see him back. I thought about you, Amber, because, you went to Jackson State too. So I love it. I'm happy. I'm happy because it's working out for Shiloh. It proves that God opened the window before he let that door close, right? So this is the blueprint, y'all. This is the blueprint. It could be any one of our guys, right? Some of our guys might not even make it there, because I'm gonna just tell them rejection is protection. I'm gonna just tell them. I have a photo I was gonna share with y'all. I don't know if y'all seen this on social media. It's this guy who was in the league for 14 years. His fingers. Have y'all seen that going viral? I don't know what I ran into on Instagram, but they keep sending me stuff about football players and the stuff that they've been going through. And this guy's fingers are so jacked. I was like, is this what happened to Coach Prime's hands? Coach Prime's hands are similar to his, but not as bad. They said this guy was in the league for 14 years, and his fingers are so disfigured. Like, when he holds them up straight, they're crooked. Not crooked like this, but one looks like it could be the shape of an S, a C, things like that. 14 years. And that's what we mean by, one, rejection is protection. Two, I don't think I want Shiloh to go back. And three, is it worth it? Are you gonna be able to spend the money? Are you gonna be able to enjoy your life? Are you gonna be able to hold the money? You see what I'm saying? How many surgeries has Coach Prime had? 16? Is it 14, 15, 16? And that's why I want him to go enjoy his life. The sport of football does not value our men, our boys. From little, they got to keep fighting all the way up unless their coaches look like them. And then the coaches start hitting the ceiling. They don't value our men. So if they're not going to start their own league, just remember, rejection is protection, because they're going to start just not drafting you at all. They already stringing them along with these one-year contracts. I can't wait to sit down and do research when your contracts went out. It's going to be one white person in there, probably Jack Stahl. But everybody else, it's going to be black. So if they don't take a moment to put their own league together, if they love this game that much, they're going to be forced into it. So I suggest if they run into Michael Jordan, they take that as a sign from God to schedule some type of conversation with him to see what y'all can learn. Because you need to get together and sue your employer, the black ones and the white ones. When they start retaliating against Wyatt Teller, and now when Max Crosby explained how his travel arrangements were, he said they put him on a 2-hour trip from DC to Baltimore. And I know I flew into BWI. I'm pretty sure that's Baltimore's airport code. Why they didn't do that? It's like they made it difficult for him. They didn't treat him with respect like they would anybody else. And they still trying to justify it. It's corrupt. And the league is ass. That's just what it is. Starting with the Browns, and we can hop over to the Falcons. And who after that? Right? You're going to have to protect your peace this season, no matter what team you watch, because they coming for black players. People talk about the higher-ups being treated to the Project 2025. What you think happened to the quarterback or the best tackle in college, in the NFL, or some of these other players out here? Some of these other players. The same thing. Remember, the Browns' mission was to do what? Take their skill positions and make them white. You think they the only one wanted to do that? So I think what we're seeing with this free agency, because it's the first time I've noticed anything like this. And I paid attention to free agency last year when it came to the quarterbacks. And I saw how dirty they did Russell Wilson trying to manipulate the stats. They were trying to use yards as the barometer for who was the best, making Aaron Rodgers better than Russell Wilson. But when you went by QBR rating, Sam Darnold was first, Russell Wilson was second. And they let Russell Wilson take all the time in the world to decide where he wanted to go. Aaron Rodgers decide where he wanted to go, and Russell Wilson had to wait behind Aaron Rodgers, and they sent Russell Wilson to Cleveland, and of course, they were not interested. Who did they end up with for a quarterback, and how many quarterbacks did they end up with for them to say they weren't interested in Russell Wilson? But they wanted Kenny Pickett. They wanted Flacco. They wanted Dillon. It's coming. They're about to be forced into it. It might take a few years. Who remembers me saying in about 7 years, somebody's going to ask black guys, are you still in the NFL? I said that on X under Omarion's post. I think it was from a while back, where he said he wanted to go to the NFL, or it was recent. And shout out to Mariana, I love him. I said, I can't believe these guys still want to go to the NFL. And 2 white guys was like, what? What do you mean? And I told them what the hell I meant. I said, all of the racial discrimination and forced into submission that they have to deal with, it's not worth it. And they were like, huh? So it's funny how we see it. Funny how they don't see it. Or is it they so used to it, they're numb to it? But these black players gonna start feeling it. Because these black players who came out of college, who think when I get to the end of my 4 year and I get to free agency, I'm about to get the bag, you're going to get a 1-year contract. And you're going to watch some other people get the bag. Because that's what happened this year. Last year was just the quarterback. It's everybody this year that's black. Don't matter. Don't matter. Said Howard, if you came up a little short, but still represented. Yeah, that was a good game, by the way. Howard was good in the first half of that game yesterday. I don't know what happened in the second half. Somebody suggested that they go to a camp. All they have to do is go to a camp and draft some tall players from overseas. I said, I was actually thinking Senegalese players, remember the basketball team? So yeah, that's what they need to do. If that's where we got to go for the height, that's where we got to go. Right. So I think Howard could be back next year. Right. They just need some height. They didn't have a lot of height. And Michigan, I think 4 out of the 5 of their players were like trees, like just really, really tall players. And that was their strategy. But the 3-point shots that Howard was making, yeah, it was giving Michigan the blues in the first half. But the second half, they came out the locker room ready to play. So, and I didn't find out about Prairie View. Let me know what happened with Prairie View's game. They played the Florida Gators today. And tomorrow, during the day, like at 1:20, Southern University and Lady Jags going to play Don Staley in South Carolina. So I'm probably going to watch that. I love how he's embraced at JSU and HBCUs. When Shilo was leaving, I had others in the chat believed he low-key admitted his girlfriend from JSU. I know she's from JSU because he didn't want to leave. And they said, Shilo said, it was said back then, Shilo didn't want to leave to go to Colorado because he had a girlfriend at JSU. And remember when it was he and somebody were talking about when they first got there and how pretty the women were. I think I've seen Shiloh's girlfriend. I think I've seen Shiloh's girlfriend. She's pretty. So yeah, that's supposedly why it is. Shilo did not want to leave JSU. Yep. And remember he kept saying football is the family business, so he kind of had to do it. Yeah. Yep. Instead, I haven't been to the one in Houston. It's pretty nice. Yeah, the M-Bar in Houston is really nice. I didn't know they had one in Jackson, though. That's pretty nice. I didn't know that. Hell, I would have went there. I don't think we went nowhere. I think we went to Whataburger because maybe we got in late. That might have been what it was. We might have got in late, but we ended up at Whataburger. Yeah. I think it's like, was it 4 hours from Atlanta? I don't remember, but it might have been 4 hours. It says Shilo been turning up lately. Yep, he's doing really well, McMillan. I'm really happy for him. Shilo is the blueprint. Jackson, Mississippi is my hometown. Hootie hoo, okay. I like that, hootie hoo. And they still call it Jacktown. Why do they call it that? Is it because of what I think? They had some kind of activities happening or something like that? Phil Minotti, he works with JSU. Oh, that's who's filming. Phil Minotti. Okay. And when Shilo said he did my music video, that must have been who he was talking about then, huh? Okay, I'll take that. Shout out to Shilo. Facts. I'm happy. Shilo was at JSU Wilder, yes. Yes, it said there's nothing like Southern hospitality. Facts. And it's nothing like going back to an HBCU. For one, it's nothing like going to school there, right? Because it's like a cocoon. That's the most we're going to probably spend around mostly us. Unless you from a place like New Orleans where your high school is black. But then when you get out of that world, and then we used to actually think that was a negative of going to an HBCU. Absolutely not. Because that world gonna be waiting on you one way or the other. So I think with me going to New Orleans, everybody was black, right? And even the teachers, the nuns that I had, I don't think when I was little, I didn't know that they weren't black. Like some of them weren't black. And I don't think I knew that. I don't think I knew that. But everybody was, right? And then you go to which makes sense why I ended up at an HBCU, right? it just makes sense. It just felt familiar, right? So, and then after college, going to grad school, that wasn't, it was a lot of black people in my class, but it was a PWI. So I know how it feels to go back to an HBCU after going to an HBCU, which is, I understand why Shiloh didn't want to leave. I totally get it, right? It's not about a culture shock. It's about the way you're treated. And look at how Coach Prime was being treated. Look at when Bucky first got back. They kept booting his car. That don't happen at a lot of these other universities. Don't get me wrong. These university police departments can be a little weird, but they typically respect the people sitting at the high of the food chain that's making things go around, right? But it seemed like to me they were just targeting them. So Shiloh was there when he saw what happened to his brother. He saw what was happening to his father's program. So, I'm happy to see him get back to Jackson State, and you could just feel the love. Like it was just familiar, right? It wasn't like you were talking to a room of strangers. It was just all love. I liked it. I thought it was great. It said if you watch the Bell Collective, pretty sure you've seen them go to the M Bar. Oh no, I don't watch it, but I will look for it. I'll look for it. Thank you, Amber. It say, hey y'all family, it's the Lane. I'm back. Been down for account sick. Oh, we hope you are doing well. We glad to have you back, Elaine. JSU is just a different place. Everyone welcomes you from day one. Yeah, I like that. It just seemed really, really homey like. That's what I said. That's what made me think about no place like home. It said, oh, I went to Jackson State for 1 year. What'd you think of it? Shiloh was on this morning. It said, I was on his Twitch this morning. Shiloh said Shador is by his house. Oh, yeah, he did say he was in Miami, which is good. And that they will be on Twitch tonight to keep our notifications on. Okay. All right. All right. I think I kept mine on. It's just I don't be checking them. Shout out to Tamika. That's who sent me the notification. I was like, oh, okay. It is funny. I'll see it. And I guess I'll be doing stuff. So, but shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It says Shiloh talking trash about his dad trip this morning. Oh, I think I saw a little bit of that. That was funny. That house is nice. Did y'all see that house? And they clips going viral with Coach Prime, what they said was special about each other. Now remember, Bucky's supposed to be trying to see if they can get a show greenlit. I wondered if Coach Prime and Carucci gonna be in it because that was some good footage, and they didn't have to share that. Those were personal moments. So and Coach Prime was saying, Well Off Media gonna be alone when we go looking at these houses. That's content that can be a part of their show. Whatever happened to Coach Prime documentary on Netflix? Anybody know? I thought it was supposed to be out by now. Anybody have any heads up on that? So Bucky might end up with a show. I'm thinking on Amazon. That is so sweet of them to be so hospitable. Yes, they treat him like he never left. Shiloh smart. He knows what's up. Yep, he does. He does. He really does. It said, I am so glad Shiloh pronounced it right this time. What? St. Croix? He said he had never been there or heard of it. It said, I love when he was doing the drum major dance with the two guys. Yep. He said he even knew that there was a female drum major too. So he keep up with him. It said the high school students were excited. Yes. Yes, they were. He talked with them about not doing wrong things for prom and respecting their teacher and parents. Yeah, he was really good guest to bring in. And you know what? I heard, I guess the host say, like the MC, she was talking about how at a young age they were taught how to talk to people and look them in the eye. So they knew when they brought Shiloh in, the way he was raised, the way Coach Prime raised them had a lot to do with it. The way they carried themselves had a lot to do with it, right? I was shocked when she said that because I wasn't even thinking along them lines. But she was like, yeah, y'all were taught. It's like she was leading him into the conversation. Y'all were taught at a really young age about how important it is to make eye contact. So they're trying to teach these young people, these high school students how to conduct themselves, which I thought was really good, So it's nice to see Jackson State. I already knew they was involved with their community, but it's nice to see that that's something that, they do regardless of who the president is. Things don't change. They still are, have a stronghold in the community. I'm happy to see that. And a lot of those kids could end up going there too. So instead, I say coach or maybe something over at student life or student affairs. Oh, that's a good one, Amber. So if you're just not joining us, the question I asked was, what can you see Shiloh doing at Jackson State or in academia? But I think Jackson State, I feel like they have a place for him if he wants to be there. But he really seems to love Miami. He even talked about his dad's boat. Dad, let me bring the boat down here. I'll put it to good use. I'm like, well, that's actually true rather than I think it's docked in Puerto Rico. But I wanted to know what y'all thought, either if you went to an HBCU or you went to college or you understand academia. Shiloh has a master's based on, what they brought him in to talk about, the business that he has, his own content, digital marketing or whatever. What can y'all see him doing in college as like an adjunct professor or guest lecturer? And Amber says she could see him coaching or maybe something over the student life or student affairs. I like the student life thing. I think that's cool. Student affairs would be good too, because he does have his head on straight. I will say that. Education is the new currency for the 21st century. Yeah, it's been that. Remember, they used to always say education is key. I don't know if people still feel like that, but it is. If you Black, what they say, if nobody invited you to a will and called your name out loud, and you didn't grow up wealthy, education is key. That is the key to getting around. Shiloh talked about when he was at Jackson State, how it is he would have never met the people he met. That's one of the biggest takeaways from college, the connections that you make. The connections that you make. Yep. That's and a lot of people don't really look at it like that until years later, but that's really one of the biggest takeaways from college. Who it is you met, their parents, the life that you built for yourself, not just networking, but who you actually could count on. Who do you know? Like when you get out here in the business world, that's that sort of thing. And Shiloh spoke to that. And that's huge, right? And for us as Black people, we see it a lot with D9, right? We see them and their relationships that they have, because the D9 system, I guess the Greek life doesn't end after college. They take that, you see them at each other's weddings, their children grow up together, in their professional careers, they stay connected, their Founders Day, they always get back together. So they build a true brotherhood and sisterhood. So that's what an HBCU does, period. Right. But a D9 is just an example of that, from what I've witnessed. It said Ray was the camera guy. Thank you, Tamika. Filminati. I like that. That's a nice name. Yeah, I responded to you. Thank you so much, Tamika. Yes, I did. And I responded. I think I responded twice, actually. I responded earlier. And then I think I saw you online and made sure I responded. So, yes, thank you. Shiloh, Miss Old Boy. Yep, Mississippi. Miss Old Boy. Who are you talking about? Let me know who you're talking about, McMillan. Marvin. Oh, he's at medical school. Wow. Okay, he will be a physician soon. That's awesome. Was Marvin his friend? Is that who we talking about, Marvin? Shiloh they probably still talk. I wonder if they still, because he's clearly keeping up with people some kind of way. He knew there was a female drum major, and he seems to know what's going on. So Shiloh is multi-talented. He's definitely multi-talented. That's facts. That's awesome that Marvin is in medical school. Absolutely. That is nice. Marvin should come back to Shiloh. They're probably gonna link up at homecoming. That's what I'm thinking, because when they do, I saw one of their homecoming videos. They bring back the J sets, and they bring back the drum majors. I'm sure they bring back people in the band too. And I saw how they do the march into the stadium. They do that with the former J sets that come back, the alumni. They call it the alumni band. That's what they call it. So he'll probably come back for homecoming. I'm looking forward to that. Shiloh is doing more on Twitch lately. He should do us the poster stream tonight. Yeah, I think that's Shiloh's preferred platform, and he just moves it over to YouTube. Shiloh would have been an excellent drum major. I think so too. There's no place like home. Shout out to all HBCUs and a place to be. Facts. Shiloh and Marvin was a seed. Oh, really? Okay, McMillan, what you know? Let us know. It said that look a little difficult. Oh, yeah. Doing their routines. Was God saying routines? Oh, my God. I was hoping he meant 30 steps. That's on the thing I love about Shiloh, is that he believes in preparation. He does. He does. He does. Somebody with the Tuskegee. Shout out to Tuskegee. Oh, they said T.I. was filming a video at Tuskegee with the band today. I love how a lot of the musicians will go back to the HBCUs and include them in their music. It's not a lot of rappers tend to do it. Shout out to them for that. Right? They can be doing anything else. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Oh, the stick that he made. He bought a mace for himself. Oh, that's what they call it, a mace. Oh, he bought one. Oh, wow. Okay, where is Marvin? I don't know. Macmillan, I think you know something. Let us know. Yes, he has a nice one. Yes, you used to be hazed into this. I mean, I think they still are. That's why I said, this different. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they still are. I'm pretty sure that they still are. These bands got over 100 people in it, and everybody want to be the drum major, and everybody can't. And here comes Shiloh, and he bought a mace too. They say I like them better at HBCUs. Instead, I would say the Paytons and the Sanders are the most famous family. It was the Paytons before the Sanders. Who we talking about? Walter Payton. Oh, okay, yeah. Jackson State, Walter Payton. Thank you, Unstoppable, for that insight. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can see that because Walter Payton, people still talk about him. Sweetness, was that his nickname? Something like that. And he was drafted from Jackson State. What happened to him? He died so young. What happened? Was it football? It's that the Commodores R&B group, Tuskegee Airmen, Tom Joyner, just to name a few. Oh, are you talking about alumni of Tuskegee or having the bands to work with the artists? That's what I'm thinking. You talking about having the band work with the artists. We definitely take it seriously at HBCU schools. PV alumni in the house, Southern University, JSU, GU, and yeah, I'm pretty sure they take that seriously. That's why I'm shocked. It said, yes, I believe they're the most famous family in the HBCU system. Destiny says she think maybe in the modern era that they're one of the most famous families of HBCUs. And don't forget, Coach Prime got his degree from Talladega, which is always in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. They have a good band. They have a really good band. I want him traded too, but I doubt he making a team too much money. They don't care about that money. I told somebody that. Let me explain something to y'all fast, okay? They don't care about the money, right? That money is a drop in the bucket because number one, it's split up between all 32 teams. So any jersey Shador sells is split up between 32 teams. So they don't care about that money. What they do care about is the TV revenue. $452 million I heard per team, which sounds absurd to me. But maybe that's what it is with all of these new deals. Because if you notice, you got to have like 5 different apps to watch a whole season of football. They don't care about the money. I told somebody this earlier. They care more about containing Shador like they have been doing Deshaun. Do not forget, they paid Deshaun $230 million to make sure he's unavailable. Shador probably sold about that much in jerseys. They do not care about the money. They care more about containing Shador so he doesn't leave and go elsewhere and make a name for himself. They believe the longer they contain him and time goes by, they will smother his brand. I don't know if he's going to let them do that or not because he just signed that Nike deal. So they don't care about the money. And to the person that said when Arch Manning come, they're going to trade Shador, no, they're not. I want to see where Ryan Staub ended up since he failed up to Tennessee. Because I'm still side-eyeing that because it's a lot of schools. And how the hell you get to the SEC is number one, and how you get to Tennessee when you think about Haslam and you think about Peyton Manning, and then who's supposed to be coming in this year, right? Next year. They both coming out next year. And nobody saw that last year. And my question was, if Ryan Staub was all that, why Tennessee or the SEC didn't come try to get him before? And I asked the question to the members, so it's been a couple of days, so I asked y'all, is it highly possible that now that we kind of could see the favoritism being given to Staub and him saying he didn't have coaching for 3 years at Colorado, even though they've had two different coordinators in 3 years. And we saw Pat Schumer go out his way to move Caden and Juju out behind Staub and make Staub the front runner. Now, why would Pat Schumer do that? Because they're not actually related. And I said, I know Staub was there before Coach Prime came, or he was recruited before Coach Prime came. So they were expecting him to be the quarterback. And Coach Prime put Shador in front of Staub for 2 years. And I remember when Staub played Utah, he was ass. So he had an opportunity. So he better go up there and ball the hell out. That's what I know. I wonder if when Schumer came in, if the goal was to always move Shador out the way, but it didn't work. The excessive sacks was supposed to make him unavailable. It did work. And Schumer's last year, he achieved his goal. And when Staub got an opportunity to get to the front, and many thought it was a good idea, he was pure ass, AZZ, especially in Houston. And it left Coach Prime looking silly, for lack of a better term. Is it at least remotely possible that the reason Kevin Stefanski, who has a relationship with Schumer, did not allow Shador first team reps is because, according to Staub, he was left out of the coaching. He didn't get none. You see what I'm saying? Because when you look at this now, so you got to let time go by sometime. When you look at the situation now and you look at how intent Schumer was to get Staub to be the guy, and with Staub gone, Isaac Wilson wearing his number now, Schumer gone, but the same thing is happening to get Isaac Wilson to be the guy in front of Juju, just like Schumer did. Put Staub in front of Juju. Now, they two different people. They're not related at all. And Schumer's gone, but the same thing is happening. Was this about a white quarterback? And Staub at the time was the white quarterback, and he was held back. And the message is, I'm going to show you. And he gets elevated to an SEC school at Tennessee. And then suddenly he goes over there and starts yapping. And the next one to fail up is Isaac. So let's get this straight. I got black quarterbacks being pushed down, and I got white quarterbacks filling up. Is Shador being punished because he was put in front of Staub? Pat Schumer, Kevin Stefanski. Let me know your thoughts. Because it's happening again. Different people, same scenario. Put the white quarterback in front of the black quarterback, regardless of talent. And Coach Prime did not do that. He went with the talent. He was going to go with the talent with Caden when he brought him in, but Schumer sabotaged it. He was going to go with the talent with Juju. They're sabotaging that. Did last year, doing it again. And again, white quarterback being pushed up by the school, by podcasters and unsuspecting players, and the offensive coordinator, who was hired by the school. You best believe that. I think that's what's happening. I think Coach Prime is being punished because them told him kids hop in the portal, and Staub was there first. He stayed and Shador played before him, but I don't know why anybody thought it would be any different. But I do think that is what's happening now that we're on the second go-round with Isaac Marion. It's the same process with different people, moving the more talented black quarterback out the way. Something Coach Prime clearly was not going to do. And he's paying the price for it. And he's going to have to watch Juju be pushed aside, which is going to possibly hurt Coach Prime's reputation People are already saying Juju wasn't ready last year because Colorado didn't have a quarterback coach. They're saying Colorado doesn't have a quarterback coach this year. It's supposed to be Marion until he hired this guy from UNLV, which isn't better than Juju. I think that's what's going on here. I think this is about Coach Prime having the audacity to put a black quarterback in front of Staub and making sure it don't happen to Isaac Wilson. They two different people. Let me know your thoughts. This is why I think the NFL wants these former offensive coordinators like Tommy Rees in college systems to control that aspect. That's what Schumer was supposed to do, but he failed. It was Walter and Eddie Payton who were the first. Walter and Eddie Payton, who were the most famous family at JSU. Oh, okay. Oh, you know who else was another family? Eddie Robinson. Him and his son, right? Eddie Robinson Sr. and Eddie Robinson. But that's not JSU. That's an HBCU. But yeah, I see your point. I see your point. Let me know what y'all think about that, though. About that, all of that connection and how Staub failed up. Because why? Right? It said, yes, Walter Payton's family and the Sanders. Okay. It's that the AI said Shador will win a Super Bowl MVP. AI has Shador being an MVP in 2028. Shador can't win a Super Bowl. The Browns know Shador can win a Super Bowl. The NFL don't want Shador to win a Super Bowl. They don't want Deshaun to win nothing. This is more about containment. And that's what people need to start talking about. That's what people need to understand. And that's why I'm suggesting that these black players get together along with these white players that were retaliated against for embracing them and file a class action lawsuit for racial discrimination, collusion overall, but racial discrimination and retaliation. Because they're not going to stop. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next year or two. It's going to be very interesting to see because they not slowing down one bit. They doing everything they can to take black talent and compromise it if I give you the bad, harass it if you don't compromise yourself, or I'm a one year string you along, a year at a time, no matter how talented you are, especially if I can't control you. That's supposed to force you into submission so you never get comfortable with your lifestyle because you don't know if you're going to have a job 365 days from now. That's what they're doing. So, yes, Shador can win a Super Bowl. The NFL does not want him to. I don't know if there's any hope for the NFL. I think we saw where the WNBA finally got it together. We saw, I didn't tell y'all my second wish came true. It was not the WNBA because I gave up on them. Surprisingly, the WNBA came around. Surprisingly, my second wish was the Atlanta Hawks because I knew that the Atlanta Hawks could won. What we saw with Shador in year one, not the sabotage part, but the you can win, but you don't want to, is exactly why I stopped watching and going to the games and supporting the Hawks. Because I caught on real fast. I said, y'all don't want to win. And the conversation was they paid Trae Young all this money, $42 million, so they're not moving off of him. And I said they don't give a damn whether they win or lose. No. And they didn't. They fired coaches. They traded players. They got people. They got rid of people. They did everything to look like they was trying to do something like the Browns, and they weren't trying to do shit. So when I went back to that game in December, Trae Young played 31 minutes, had 9 points and 10 assists. They traded him 2 weeks later. So apparently I went back at the right time. And I said 2 years ago, because I hadn't been. I said, call me when they trade Trae Young. I came back 2 weeks before they traded Trae Young. I got my wish. The Hawks were on an 11-game win streak until they lost tonight versus the Rockets. So they had to trade Trae Young. And they knew years ago that they needed to trade him. And they did not. And we see the same thing with the Browns. I know we can win with Shador, but we don't want to. He's not our marquee player. In fact, we don't have a franchise quarterback, which is why they won't commit to him. They don't want to be committed to him. You would think they want to move him out. That's what you would think. Oh, You don't want to commit to him because he's short term. Okay, let's see. Because they've had Deshaun since 2022. Deshaun is healthy. He can be traded. He only has a $1 million contract, just like Kyler Murray, just like Tua. They got $80 million in cap space, dead cap space. What's 40 more? What's 40 more? You're not cap compliant right now anyway. So if they wanted to, they could trade Deshaun. They might trade Deshaun before they trade Shedeur. Because the goal for Shedeur is to contain him. One of the reasons I can see that that's what it is exactly what's happening with the Hawks. They drafted Jalen Johnson, and I couldn't believe it was 2021 when he got drafted. He just got the keys to the throne. It's 2026. He had to sit there being a first-round pick, number 20, because the Hawks paid Trae Young $45 million, and they was going to let him tear that team to shreds until they finished that contract. And that's what happened. But they decided to trade him. He became ice assist because he wasn't even shooting no threes. Maybe he wanted out. And once he wanted out years ago, he was never any different. 9 minutes, 31 minutes, 9 points, 10 assists. From somebody whose nickname is Ice Trae. So Shedeur probably going to have to endure his entire rookie contract. Jalen Johnson been over there since 2021 and just now getting here. And it's crazy that they just going on their first 11-game streak, something they've only done 3 times in team history. So that this is a historic year after you move off of what you knew was dead weight. But you ain't want to do it because he the marquee player. No, he not. He just the one that you paid all the money to. And they don't want to move off of that person. And they don't give a damn. So I came back 2 weeks before. That was my second wish when they went on this 11-game streak. They probably going to be in the playoffs, and maybe it's on up from here. We're just going to have to see. Virginia State University Trojans. What's that about? Hey, Ramon. It says Shedeur, Philly, Baltimore. Yeah, he probably going to be one of those two. The place he didn't, they're saying he didn't want to go. But see, the Browns know that they were supposed to draft him, and they don't want to be held accountable for that. And instead of straightening up and flying right, they just piling wrong on top of wrong. And it is so much dirt over there to so many people they had to use to sabotage Shedeur. You know, it wasn't enough for poor play calling. There were penalties thrown up that I've seen on other teams just to keep the quarterback out the red zone or so they don't score. It's all kind of stuff was happening, but you needed help. So do you know how many people were enlisted just last year between preseason and the regular season alone? The entire goddamn offense. When you think about the O-line that was dismissed and a tight end or two, right? It's the same thing. The entire O-line was dismissed recently again. And at least one tight end, the one that crushed Shedeur's finger. But they're going to bring somebody who was just over there with Tyler Shaw with a 1-year string me along contract. Let me see what you're going to do. If you support Shedeur, I'm not going to sign you. That's why you're seeing so many 1-year contracts. Leverage. Control. It's crazy, but that's what they do. So, yeah, Shedeur probably can win with the Vikings. I don't know how you're going to get over there, but he might. He absolutely might. They really need to join together and sue. Absolutely. Absolutely. They need to talk. And you know what? I don't even know. I wonder if they're scared. You know why I say that? I wonder if they're scared because, see, we've seen it from the outside. And quite naturally, you would sue. But Shedeur and Myles Garrett were both robbed. Remember that. Okay? Both got stopped by the police and given speeding tickets in the same areas. Strongsville. Nobody else has talked about that. So what we see as coercion on the outside, they see as intimidation and something else on the inside. Do not forget what I think was the last game. Shedeur came off the field. He was happy. Went to the locker room. happy, proud, got to the podium, he was shook. Jerry Judy posted before he even probably left the facility, if y'all only knew. So something happened. And it's those types of tactics, retaliation, harassment, robbing, getting people's houses robbed is serious. It makes you think mafia, doesn't it? It makes you think that that's what it is, right? But nobody did, right? So we know it's not that. But somebody might think that they organized that way. It's organized crime for sure, but not the mafia. Not the mafia. But clearly this is something they have done before. So the guy that was robbed, that played for Tennessee, he was robbed Christmas Eve. He was the one, at first he was like, the media thought he was antagonizing Shador, but he came up to Shador, respected him, had really great things to say about Shador. After that, then he got robbed. Not the mafia. Just somebody who think they're above everybody else. Somebody that don't believe in God. It's a lot of them around there. It's a lot of them around there that don't believe in God. It said they need to hit the NFL organization in their pockets. Absolutely. What they need to do, they need to sue collectively. The ones retaliate, it's collusion overall. It falls under a different umbrella when it comes to the black guys. The white guys are being retaliated against for caring about, showing compassion to, or embracing the black guys. That's just what it is. And it happened in Atlanta where a black player spoke up about a black coach being fired unjustly, right? So they kicked him off the team. So that type of thing. All of these guys need to get together and sue now. Why now? Because Brian Flores has a lawsuit in federal court. You don't need to join his. You can just start a new one. And it proves his lawsuit. A new lawsuit proves his lawsuit. And I don't think they think these guys would ever get together and sue. But look at Michael Jordan. He probably get ready to win the Indy 500, which might make him a triple crown. But he had to sue those people. But I thought about it. Yes, he's an owner. But then look at Brian Flores. He's still working in the NFL. Tyrod Taylor, he's still working in the NFL. To me, it seems if you don't sue, they keep harassing you. They keep intimidating you. They keep coercing you till they kick you out. And then that's probably going to bother you as you get older in life because you didn't do nothing. But the ones that fight back still have a job. Brian Flores still worked there, and now he's the highest paid defensive coordinator, even though he should be a head coach. But the point is, they didn't have to do that at all. They could have just whatever. They made, and I'm sure that $600,000 was to go, well, maybe we can forget about this. He can forget, but it's a class action lawsuit, and the other people haven't been rewarded, so they're not going nowhere. Smart strategy, right? Tyrod Taylor, he's still over there. They were talking about bringing him to Cleveland, and still might. But I think he back in the Jets. He still got his job. He still got his security, and he stood up for himself. The survey was a great step, and you had to leak it to get it out there. But if you know that they're hiding the truth, why y'all just don't get together and sue? Don't you think they're going to fire all y'all? I mean, they're coming for you anyway. Understand this. The dam is about to break. So right as the water is swelling up, before they get to you, before the water come across that wall and wipe y'all out, because they've done it before. They don't have to fire you, but they will string you along with these one-year contracts. They will devalue you with these one-year contracts. And then you're going to want to sue. How about you sue now? Look at the others who have sued and won racial discrimination cases. You got a case. Hell, you got $1 billion case. And at this moment, if you sue while Brian Flores' case is active, guess what? You could probably get equity in damages. Yeah. Former ownership group. Made of players. Why not? Is it against the law? You better go figure it out before they put it in your contract. The problem is, the longer you do nothing, the more they will harass you and push you out. Learn from the people that have sued and still have jobs. I think they're scared. I think they feel like, I'm gonna jeopardize my job. Okay, well, when they come for it, maybe you'll do it. That's what I mean when I say they're gonna be forced into it. They're gonna be forced. They can do something about it now, but they're gonna be forced into it. Watch. And people gonna say they disgruntled. See, you should do it now. Instead, file an EEO complaint. They can do all of that. I could say, I mean, honestly, there was already a collusion case before. There's already an active racial discrimination case that's out there. They just settled a $1 billion lawsuit. Look at what happened to Shador. Everybody saw it. Look at what happened in Cleveland. Look at the survey. That's a reason why it was leaked. Sue these damn people. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Stop being scared. What you scared they're gonna do? Rob you? Move. They're gonna do that anyway. Apparently, they're gonna do that anyway. You're gonna wait till they work you down to nothing and you feel bad about yourself for not doing something. Think about how these guys get DUIs and their lives go to hell because they're internalizing all of this. It's the same way black men way back in the 60s and 70s used to internalize racism and come home and beat their families. It's the same thing. You're just not beating your family. You're just out drinking yourself to death or smoking yourself to death or being promiscuous and all these other risky behaviors because you don't know how to cope. Man up and get together and sue because they're not going to quit. They coming. Their writing's on the wall. This free agency told you everything you needed to know. They don't give a damn. They just coming. For black players, regardless of position. Shiloh was clearly set up. Absolutely. Shiloh having too much fun now. Right. Focus on keep living your life. And I cannot wait if Coach Prime announces that he bought that place. Now, he did say they were going to look at some more houses. Y'all said they looked at 2. So maybe we'll get to tag along, and when they make the decision, they'll tell everybody which one it is. I'm praying for the white one because it's gorgeous. With a private beach, I can see Karuchi out there doing, her and Brittany doing their yoga and Snow running around. Absolutely. With DeAndrea and Shalimar, I just saw her in her commercial. She's still doing her. She has endorsements, though. The whole family has endorsements. I told y'all these people are moving towards media. They moving towards media. So shout out to Shador when they Shador and Shiloh go live. Hopefully I'll get a chance to see it. If not, we'll watch it together as a community. Shiloh is NFL material straight, right? But they don't want him, and I sure wouldn't force myself on him. He's multi-talented, making moves and focus. He never mentioned about getting a furniture business before. Oh, that's pretty good. 20 million followers and counting. Know and see what is happening. Absolutely. I'm like, it's the easiest time to actually sue because it's all laid out there for you. People have sued before you. We see what's happening. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Hey, Crowley. Thank you, Queen, for 2 days of upbeat information. You are a very caring lady. Thank you so much, Crowley. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. I hope that when Shador's contract is up, he moves on. Yep, we're going to see rheumatoid arthritis. That might be what it is. Disfigurement is not worth it. No, it's not. I'll share the photo on another podcast. I still have it. Eric Dickerson said he gets $250 a month from his NFL pension. God darn. Yeah, if you wait for that, if you wait till you retire, you ain't going to even have enough money to sue. Do it now. That might be one of my wishes, I think. Yeah, that's one of my wishes. I got the other 2. So between Shador moving to another team and these guys getting together, standing on business and filing a class action lawsuit, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm 2 for 2. So let's see what happened with the other 2. Let's see what happened. $250 a month of NFL pension is despicable. Right. And doesn't he have Parkinson's? I think he has Parkinson's now. Early stage Parkinson's. And a lot of them get Parkinson's. I'm starting to see. I told y'all there was a lady on IG. She's showing her husband. He played in the NFL. I don't know for how long. He ended up with Parkinson's. I think Eric Dickerson said he said he has Parkinson's. I don't see it. I don't see it. I told you I was going to be 7 years. It might be faster than that. It might be faster than that. It might be faster than that. Well, I guess we're going to get out of here, y'all. This was really good about Shiloh. I'm happy. My heart is happy. That tells me it's the right thing for him. You know, and I can't wait to see homecoming because I know he going to be there. Ain't no telling what he going to be doing in between there. So I'm happy for Shiloh because they showed thought. that he needed them, right? And one thing about it, Coach Prime, just based off just the footage we saw with the vacation, whether it was Aspen or St. Croix, he don't need Colorado. He don't even need football. Let his legacy stand, because all they want to do is just rip it to shreds. That's all they want to do. They just want to mock him. I wouldn't even give him satisfaction. And I know he'd probably been told by a lot of people, don't quit. Okay. Don't let it stress you out either. Because, having you here and healthy is more important. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see what God do with that. So Shiloh don't need it. Coach Prime don't need it. Let's see. Shador, at the birthday dinner, he was kind of already like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like he was already on the fence. Like he taking the off season to kind of hang back and think about it. I'm happy that he's with Shiloh, right? I'm happy that he's in Miami. I get it. You going up there, meet the new people, position yourself, whatever. Screw them people. Here's the thing. You know what I was thinking? I was gonna post this, but this is my message for Shador. Everybody doesn't deserve your best. If you wonder why, you've been training for this all your life, and you know you ready and you could go, but they won't allow you. Everybody doesn't deserve your best. Rejection is protection. He don't know how filthy the organization is. He just got there. He probably see it a little bit, but I bet you it's 10 times worse than that. They do not deserve his best. It's a reason why they've been trashed as an organization for so long. They probably cursed. I don't even believe in curses. But I think they've done so much dirt that they buried underneath it. And they think Arch Manning is their great white hope. All right. You don't respect the young man. You don't deserve his best. That's why having an intimate relationship with Christ is going to be very important for Shador. Because what he needs to look out for is that the mediocre talent that they bring it in, that they obviously don't want to commit to him, build around him, but talking him up that he going to be the starter, he better make sure they're not trying to get him injured in a wheelchair like Michael Penix Jr. with 2 ACL issues, or popped in the back and missing 3 to 4 games like Lamar. And the sole purpose of these injuries, with black quarterbacks leading the way with season-ending injuries, is to move you out of the way. An insurance company paying the salary just seems to be a bonus. Look at what they tried to do to move him out the way by ripping his fingernail off. That was just a taste of what they're capable of. So everybody does not deserve your best, Shador. It said Juju will prevail at Colorado. I don't know. He should. I'm going to say it that way. They try to push him and Coach Prime out. So that's why I say I don't know. Oh, I'm right with Juju. I understand that. I want Juju to go out there and do his best, absolutely, too. But at the same time, everybody don't deserve your best. Because these people, somebody else said it yesterday. Why is it that Colorado only showing this other kid? I'm like, because they want Juju to move out the way, which they tried to move him out the way last year. They intentionally didn't get him ready. Look at where they put him after they didn't get ready. After 3. They didn't even block for him. They better block for him this year. You got to be careful, too. Because other schools already want to get him. So, do your best, but don't trust these people. Don't trust these people. First of all, I'm going to just be clear. They demons. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You're dealing with demons. You don't have demons. They are demons. Look at the shit they do to people. All because they don't want you to be the quarterback. They demons, bruh. That's just what it is. I can see Juju leaving CU. I can too. I can see Coach Prime leaving there too. Just don't know when or how that's going to happen. Somebody need to pony up $40 million. Because harassing people because you don't want to pay them. I just read about a man who sued his employer and he won, right? So they gave him a check to cash. He go to the bank. They racially profiled him. He sued them and won 2. This man won 2 racial discrimination suits. one from his employer and one from the bank who discriminated against him after he got the payout. That's how rampant racism is. I said it yesterday. Coach Prime deserves better than what CU is doing. And I know Coach Prime don't like to let on. It's okay, we see it. Don't keep all this stuff balled up and bottled out. And no, you ain't got to cry about it either. But don't need to making them look good when they out here making you look bad. They some demons that you're dealing with. They posted a video of Myles Garrett being pulled over for his latest ticket. Yeah, I don't know why we only got to hear about him. I just, him and Shilo, I don't know. You know, they the only two robbed. It's just giving inside job. And you know, if the police can be involved in something like that, I mean, you know, it makes sense why they closed the case and number 4 was still on the loose, right? It shows you who they got in their pocket. That's why we only hear about Shador and Myles Garrett speed ticket. They actually had somebody up there on trial for domestic violence. I ain't really hear about that though. I mean, we heard about it from the fans, but they didn't talk about him. In fact, he just ended up in Chicago. Right? His case was dismissed in Pittsburgh all of a sudden. And he's free to go, like the rest of the saboteurs. So I don't know. Somebody said Shador and his relationship fell off. I didn't see that for myself, but somebody said it in the comments that I don't know. Maybe they wasn't so cool after all. I never noticed that. Absolutely, I would be worried about CU, and I wouldn't be worried about CU. Nah, I move on, and I think that that's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think that we see Shador sees Shiloh is good. He sees what it's taking now. He might think Shiloh got more to personality because he kind of keeps to himself. Shiloh even stated that Shador's the kind of person, you know, he got space for him at his place and he'll still get his own space because he just kind of like to stay to himself or whatever, right? And, you know, that's his brother. So it says a lot. You know, you're like, nah, you know, I know I'm in town, but I'm going to get my own space. My friends like to come over and we like to hang out and stuff like that. And Shiloh was like, come on, bro. You know, like, I'm your brother, right? So, I don't know. Maybe he might not think he might not do as well in the content space. Maybe he's not as outgoing as, I mean, Shiloh was made for this. Come on now. Shiloh is made for this. Like, he's a natural with this content. So, I don't know, you know, but I just think that eventually, I mean, when he realized they trying to smother his brand, when he realized that they would rather retaliate against all the white people that gravitate towards him and retaliate against the black people that would gravitate towards him, that they have absolutely no intentions of doing right by him, but only to humiliate him, probably put him behind Staub and Arch Manning. I guess that'll be the wake-up call, that this not going to ever get any better, right? He might be thinking, well, I just need to prove myself again, and of course, I know I can. Well, you shouldn't have to keep proving yourself. I mean, that's discriminatory in itself, but this is something he going to have to go through this year. Let's see if he go through it. You know, it's not this year, it's next year. What is he going to do, right? So I just hate these guys still want to go this way. At what point does it spread from the quarterbacks going back to school to the other players who like Omarion? You know what? I'm gonna get my master's. You know, he's still looking at it with rose-colored glasses because that's the way he's always looked at it. But you know, Shador, because you was around. So what you think happened? You see what I'm saying? And as long as they keep going to these football programs, and that's another thing too, right? How long can Coach Prime continue to coach players to the NFL knowing what it is and what is not, and who is for and who is not for? So if he exits the coaching, Shiloh stays away from, if they just go to their private life, right? And be Deion's Family Playbook 2.0, I personally think that'll be enough. I think that'll be enough. And Shador would just have to ask himself what he want to do. And I think when you start hearing him talking about other plans, you're going to know he's been thinking, right? He been thinking. So let's see what happens. They've been banking on this for a long time. So it's going to take more than a year for them to mentally pivot. But Shiloh seems to be on the way. But if they called him, he probably would still go back. I would hope he would say no, but you know, they brought witches and warlocks for breaks to break the curse on live TV. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna help them. I don't think that's gonna help them. Super duper shut up. Thank you so much. Okay, well, y'all go watch the Shiloh and Shadua on Twitch. I'll see y'all there. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Thanks for watching What She Says Sports. I'll see y'all in Twitch. I'll pop up over there. See y'all later. Good night, everybody.